So, Jim, first competitive game of the season back at Edgeley Park gives us our first 3 points. How pleased are you with the grit and determination shown to come back and win that game?
Yeah, it was always going to be a tough game, but it was made more difficult by a stubborn opposition who get 1-0 up. But I think it was really important that we bounced back straight away, and really pleased with that. It's difficult, especially the circumstance of the goal. There's a sense of injustice, and I think the players probably recognised that they had to turn that energy into a positive energy, and they did. And we kept pushing on until we got that goal, and that was really important because it made the second half a little bit more open. And then we trusted that we'd get stronger as the game went on. Unfortunately for us, we got the winner.
So, like we said, first 3 points of the season already, and how important was it to get that first win under our belt early on? And has there been a visible lift in training since then?
Definitely, but again, even on Monday, we were all a bit disappointed Monday. But when you reflect on the performance was okay down at Torquay. We had to tidy up a few things, but you have to get reset for the next game. I think, of course, I think Adam Thomas is walking a little bit more spring in his step and a bit more of a bigger smile on his face, and so naturally there's an uplift. But I think it's very much about recognise we put a big effort in, we're tired, we need to recover and need to get reset now for Saturday's game, because if we get another win then it puts us in a great position really.
Turning our attentions this weekend with Dover coming up this Saturday, again back at Edgeley Park. They had a great record away from home last season. Do you expect them to continue to be hard to beat on their travels again this year?
Well, see, like most teams, they're different than last year. I think last year they were, Andy has his teams always well organised. They're hard-working, they play with good tempo. But he's also a shrewd tactician, and he knows that, last year, obviously, being down to 10 men didn't help us. I felt that we were going to be in a great position to win that game, and unfortunately, it's difficult with 10 men. But yeah, they had a great record, and they struggled at home to get results. But this year, they've beaten one of the favourites, Notts County, at home, and then gone away on the travels to a local side and lost 4-1. So the pattern's not repeating itself this year, but I think after that defeat on Tuesday, they'll certainly be galvanised and much more conscious. They won't make the same mistakes they made Tuesday. So every team that comes to Edgeley Park is going to be very focused because they know they're going to have to work hard, be very strong, very well organised to get a result. And I'm sure that Dover will be like every team that comes to Edgeley Park. They'll make it difficult for us.
So can you give us any insight into the team going into this weekend? Any injury updates? Is Crowsdale match ready, or is Jordan Williams nearing a return?
Well, in terms of match, after Tuesday, I think the only player that had a knock was Lois, who had a bang in his foot, but he was in yesterday with Luke, and so was James Jennings, who's been got a slight thigh issue that we're managing. So those two were in yesterday. Both of them would be fine for Saturday. So we'll have the 17-man squad that we had on Tuesday, which was the 16 that played and Niall Bell, and then we're going to add to that Liam Hogan. So we'll have 18 strong players. Jordan Williams, it was nice to see him out making stride outs and doing all the dynamic stuff. So physically he's quite close to return to training. But a little bit like Harvey, I think the kicking action's also got to be tested out. So, but we wouldn't expect Jordan to be involved this weekend, and maybe not even before Tuesday. But if we can get him into training for next week, then we can build him up in terms of maybe looking at the Chesterfield game as a potential return. But fortunately for us, with the 18 fit players, we're in a good position going into Saturday's game and the following Tuesday. So I'm really pleased with where the group's at. But the staff and the players themselves have put a lot of work into being strong and durable and fit. So we're coming through games without any issues.
It's been more than 20 years since County last won their 2 opening home games of the league season. How important could it be to maintain Edgeley Park as the fortress that we know it as early on in the season?
I thought you were going to say I played in them games. It was that long ago, I probably can't remember. But yeah, okay, I always say to players, the first 2 games are important, and if you can have the mentality, the final 2 games, if you can bring that forward and have that in the first game, then great. But I think every game's important. But you can't win them all. Sometimes you can do everything right, and it just doesn't come out for you. But I think all we have to do is respond to last Saturday's defeat and come back, and the players have done that. Now we have to recognise what it takes to win games. It isn't, you know, there's going to be moments of skill, but it's all about the craft, the work, staying organised and staying strong and doing all the right things. And the more you do that, the more likely you are to win games. So a start was important for the psyche and the mentality of everybody because the expectation was so high. But I'm a little bit more measured now in my older age, and I know that it's a long journey. We just need to keep working hard and get the maximum amount of games, and if we keep doing that, we'll be thereabouts. And I trust that what we have here and our track record over the course of the season is that we get stronger and we grow and we come together and we become a better team, a better club. And like I said, what we want to do is make sure that come the end of the season, we're there or thereabouts.
Well, Jim, thank you for your time and all the best for Saturday.
You're welcome.